Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Intentional Healing, and I am Nicole Bridger. Today, I want to talk to you about surrender. Yesterday, in meditation, I was asking for guidance in what to teach this week to my students, and I kept hearing surrender. This time, with COVID-19, we don't have those things to grasp onto that normally we would hold on to for an artificial feeling of safety or control. And while those are being stripped away, it's an incredible opportunity for us to truly learn the meaning of surrender. Before we begin, though, taking a deep breath and exhale. And just for these next few minutes, allow yourself the gift of presence. Calling all your thought energy scattered out there in the world into your body for this next little while together. So what does it mean to surrender? To surrender is to give up any attachment that you have on specific results. It's a confusing sometimes concept, because people often ask, well, how do I still move forward in life? How do I make any kind of plan or goals without attachment? And it's not that you give up divine desire or a plan for yourself. There just isn't the grip around it, which gives you flexibility. You're much more agile, able to flow with changes and not get taken down when plans do change. The thing is that control and planning can feel safe artificially in the moment. It gives us an illusion of control and safety. But the truth is that ultimately we do not have ultimate control, and everything is impermanent. All things come to an end, and somehow we trick our minds to believe that permanence is safe, and that we need to have certain things, which keeps us in a kind of rigidity, so that we are not as agile and able to flow with changes. So how does one move forward in life if one is meant to give up attachment? And how it looks is, instead of saying, universe, I want a partner, I want a house, and it needs to look like this, and I want this specific thing in my life. Instead, what we ask for is, universe, I desire to experience inner peace. I desire to experience love, compassion, desire. But I'm not sure what exactly is going to bring that to me. And that is the moment that you hand over and you surrender, and you trust that the universe will deliver to you the perfect thing to give you that inner peace, love, but without an attachment to exactly what that looks like. When we give up attachment, we are able to appreciate the things that we have without fear of losing them. Our identity, our happiness is not dependent on those external things, because we learn that our identity is not measured by outside things, it's in here. Our true identity, our divine selves, and our true love and happiness is also in here, and not dependent on external factors. Can someone feel wealthy whether they have less money or more money? Can someone feel the love of family, feel companionship, even if their family has passed? Can they feel the love of others? I want you to take a moment to think about attachments that you have in your life. Think about your life. Now, it might be easy for us to give up some attachments, some things we maybe care less about, and more difficult to surrender others. For a moment, think about all the things in your life that you feel attachment to. Something about your physical body, financial status or wealth, social status, perceived intelligence, freedom, and is your happiness dependent on you having those things? For if our happiness is dependent on external validation, we will never truly feel divine love and happiness in here. It will always be dependent on something outside of us. There's nothing wrong with enjoying love, enjoying money, enjoying health, beauty. It's just when we become attached, perhaps our identity becomes attached to the work that we do. Perhaps our identity is attached to the body that we have. This is when we feel suffering. And like I said, there's no harm in enjoying the beauties of life, but to recognize that your happiness and your inner peace and divine love is not dependent on those things. That you are actually attached to the infinite well of divine love and light. And when you have that connection, you do not need those attachments. Can you still feel love and happiness without a life partner? Can you feel safe and successful with less money? This is a question for you to ask and notice when we feel defensive. I mean, I do too. We were brought up thinking certain things were really important. So the way to get through this is to build your faith and your trust. And how we build the faith in the universe is by also connecting and having faith in our own divine selves. This is about building that connection to your divine self. Really understanding on a deep level who you really are. Not the ego, external, not the attachments and expectations, but who you are on a divine level. So let me ask you, when you were growing up, what did you observe, learn, see, believe was what would bring you happiness and success? Often you hear people saying, well, I was told that working hard and making money and building a family was what would bring me happiness. And I had all those things and I still didn't feel happy. So where does our happiness lie? Not to say that those things can't bring a lot of happiness. But I believe that when we are divinely connected, then those external things can actually bring us happiness because we're able to appreciate them. Appreciate them from unattachment. The second question I have for you is, what are you doing right now in your life? Who are you being? How are you showing up in the world? And how is it making you feel? Are those the feelings that you want? And take a minute right now to ask yourself, what are the feelings I do want in life? Inner peace, love, joy, connection. And if it feels right to you, to take a moment to ask the universe, universe, I desire the experience of inner peace. And I do not know exactly what will bring me this. Please help me, guide me, open me to experience that divine inner peace. And then your only job is to listen, to be guided, to surrender, to follow those intuitive nudges, the inspiration. And you may be surprised what it is that brings you that inner peace. But if you stay in attachment, you will only get what you right now think is what will give you inner peace. You limit yourself through control, through fear. And if you're watching this, perhaps you are ready to surrender, to have faith and trust. Now, during COVID-19, is a beautiful time for us to realize the attachments that we have. And I know that it's not easy. I'm not brushing this off by any means. If you are losing loved ones, losing businesses, going through bankruptcies, having a hard time feeding your family, feeling isolated and alone and scared, this is not an easy time. But often it is in the most challenging times of life that we truly learn to surrender. And I can say that from my own experience. Ask the divine. Ask for what you desire, what feelings you want in your life. And if it feels right, surrender. And see if you can begin to feel those feelings now. I wish you a blessed day. Please reach out anytime, NicoleBridger.com. Instagram is also Nicole Bridger. I would love to hear how you're doing right now, and if there's anything you want me to talk about. Be well.